Ah, matey, welcome back to Why It Sucks For Real, the channel that crushes your dreams and urinates on your childhood memories. Today, we're tackling the big one. The career path everyone, yes, everyone, don't lie, has considered at least once while wearing a cardboard hat. Becoming a pirate. Ah, piracy. The life of absolute freedom, endless adventure, and unlimited riches, right? You just sail around the Caribbean, drink rum until you can't spell your own name, wear fabulous eyeliner like Captain Jack Sparrow, and collect massive treasure chests filled with nothing but Spanish doubloons. A quick fun life, and then you retire to your private island with a harem and a pet monkey, right? Right? Well, sorry to burst your inflatable dolphin, but real-life piracy sucked. It sucked with the intensity of 1,000 supermassive black holes. And I'm about to show you why. So grab your scurvy pills, because this voyage is going to be a real drag. First, let's talk about your workplace. You're not sailing on the Royal Caribbean. You're sailing on a leaky, stinking, overcrowded pile of rotting wood that hasn't seen a cleaning product since the reign of Queen Elizabeth I. And I mean the first one. Hygiene. We don't need hygiene. Who needs soap when you have the refreshing smell of 100 guys who haven't bathed in months, mixed with rotting food, rancid rum, and the occasional dead rat? It's called musk, and it's all natural. And let's talk about the food. You won't find any all-you-can-eat buffets here. Your daily meal plan consists of one thing, hardtack. That's a flour and water biscuit so hard it could be used as a blunt force weapon. And it's not just plain. It comes pre-infested with weevils, maggots, and other tiny, crunchy surprises. Congratulations, you just got your protein for the day. But what if you get sick or injured in battle? Don't worry, the pirate code has your back, and by has your back, I mean has a sore. You see, there's no such thing as a qualified doctor on a pirate ship. Medical science at the time consisted primarily of leeches and praying. So, if you get shot or get gangrene, you go to the most medical-adjacent person on board, the carpenter. The good news? He's great with a saw. The bad news? He uses the same saw to cut through your leg that he used to repair the mainmast 5 minutes ago. Your only anesthetic? A bottle of high-proof rum. He pours some on the wound, you drink the rest, and then you bite the bullet while he hacks away at your limb. Congratulations, you're now a permanent part of the peg leg aesthetic, and you probably have 10 new diseases from the sterilized saw. And let's not forget the most popular perk of pirate life, scurvy. Who needs fresh fruits and vegetables when you can have the scurvy experience? It's like a fun game where your body falls apart in the most creative ways. First, your gums swell up and bleed. Then your teeth start to fall out, your old scars, long healed, magically open back up again. Your joints stiffen, you get exhausted, you go pale, and then you die of heart failure. It's a hilarious slow-motion death, and the best part is, everyone around you is also getting it, so you can share the journey together. Who needs fresh limes when you have companionship and a mutual descent into rot? Now let's look at the management structure. You're part of a democratic team, right? You elect your captain, and everyone gets a say. Sure, until you stop finding treasure. Then your democratic paradise turns into a nightmare. In pirate life, HR stands for hellish revolt. The crew gets angry, they're hungry, they're sick, and they have no money. Who do they blame? The captain. What's the official procedure for a grievance? Mutiny. This isn't a quick email, it's a bloody, violent struggle where they either throw the captain overboard after keel-hauling him for good measure, or elect a new captain who's worse than the first one. So, congratulations, you just overthrew your boss. And now, your new boss is a paranoid psychopath who wants to keel-haul you for looking at him wrong. It's the cycle of life. But at least the pay is good, right? Unlimited doubloons, massive riches. No. Most pirates were pirates because they were broke, escaped indentured servants, or sailors fleeing brutal conditions. They weren't seeking riches, they were seeking survival. The massive treasure chests you see in movies are complete fiction. Real pirates took practical things, soap, cloth, candles, rum, obviously, and other merchant goods. They had to sell those things, which was illegal and dangerous. And the profit was divided amongst everyone. So by the time you got your share, you could buy maybe a new pair of pants and some more hardtack. But the absolute worst part? The law. The Royal Navy wasn't playing. Being a pirate meant you were hostis humani generis, an enemy of the human race. No trial, no jury, no mercy. If you were caught, you were taken to the nearest port, and you were publicly hanged at the next hanging day. They would then leave your body rotting in a cage called a gibbet as a warning to other people with cardboard hat syndrome. A quick life and a short, painful public retirement. And the romance. Let's not forget the romance. You're a rugged rogue of the open ocean. Women must be throwing themselves at you at every port, right? First of all, women were strictly forbidden on pirate ships. It was considered extremely bad luck. So, congratulations. You just signed up for a life of complete celibacy on an all-male ship for months or years at a time. The only other person you're seeing is Gary, the one-eyed gunner who smells like a wet dog. And when you do finally get to a pirate port, like Tortuga or Port Royal, these weren't romance places. They were brutal, chaotic, lawless shantytowns. The women were, well, let's just say they weren't looking for long-term relationships or deep emotional connections. They were looking for your money. So you spend your hard-earned, practical goods profit on bad whiskey and questionable company, and you leave with nothing but a lighter wallet and 5 new STDs, a true love story. And let's talk about your commute. You think your GPS losing signal in a tunnel is bad? Try navigating the vast, empty Atlantic Ocean with nothing but a rusty compass, a sextant you don't know how to use, and a soggy piece of parchment that was drawn by a guy who had mercury poisoning as a hobby. There was no recalculating here. If you took a wrong turn at the Caribbean, you didn't just end up in a slightly sketchier neighborhood, you ended up in the middle of the doldrums. That's a place where the wind literally stops existing for weeks. You just sit there in the baking sun, staring at the same patch of blue water, slowly roasting in your own sweat, while your food, remember the maggots, starts to look like a gourmet meal. And then, just when you think you're going to die of boredom, Mother Nature decides to spice things up with a hurricane. In the movies, the captain heroically steers through the giant waves while dramatic music plays. In reality, you're on a wooden bathtub held together by hope and spit. You aren't steering anything. You're just screaming into the wind, clutching a mast, and praying to every god you can think of that the ship doesn't disintegrate and turn you into shark snacks. It's not an adventure. It's a high-speed, wet, terrifying lottery where the grand prize is not drowning immediately. So, let's recap the career path of a pirate. 1. Overcrowded, rotting workplace. 2. Hygiene. What hygiene? 3. Food is 80% maggots and 20% wood. 4. Healthcare. Meet my sore. 5. Career advancement. Mutiny or keel hauling. 6. Retirement, public hanging and public rot. 7. Romantic, Gary's smell and new diseases. Conclusion: the romantic view of piracy is a giant, stinking lie. Real pirate life was a brutal, short, painful and stinking journey of survival, punctuated by moments of extreme violence and ended by a rope around your neck. It didn't just suck, it was the absolute champion of sucking, the undisputed world record-holding champion of sucking. So, the next time you put on that cardboard hat, remember, you're not just a rugged rogue. You're a candidate for scurvy, amputation by Carpenter, and a public death in a cage. Sound like fun? Then, by all means, sign up. Just don't say I didn't warn you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can always be the first to know why another childhood dream of yours is a complete lie. why it sucks for real. See you on the next depressing journey.